In this video, we will explore the second important aspect of the research tool module, which is papers, publications in the domain. Let's go to the tab papers, which starts with the visualization of all the papers we have in the database. These papers are linked to each other um, based on when they refer to the other paper or when they are cited by other paper. Like for example, the one that is highlighted here is linked to several other papers, probably through references and few citations. Let's click the paper to go into the paper itself, which shows us a customized view of the paper. This is not the original paper document like the PDF file, but it's our own custom view of only the things that are necessary to summarize the paper, including a short summary and the authors. Each of the authors can be visited for these links here to go to the authors section. These are the domains the paper refers to or falls into. It's been cited by one of these papers, and these are the list of references this paper refers to. Let's go back to the timeline. As you can see in this section here, we'll see the details of the paper that is being hovered on, including its shortened version of the title, number of authors, how many references, and how many citations. Like for example, this is actually the paper our project is based on, from where we borrowed the ideas for the deep lip reading model. It has 23 references and one citation. So the citations is by my own dissertation, and 23 references. I remember that these number of references and citations are only local to our database. And it does not mean the paper has 23 references in total and only one citation in the real world. The next thing we are going to do is show you the list of papers in a table form as such, where the paper is arranged by the time it was added to the database. It displays the date it was published, the title, all the authors, and this can be visited by clicking the names of the authors. The notes, you can add notes to the papers, which we'll discuss about after. You can edit the details of the paper, visit the actual link of the paper. Like, for example, if I click here, it takes me to the archive website where the paper lives. Delete the paper if we want, or see the show page of the paper. We've seen it already. We can also add a new paper to the database. And this is the form to add a paper manually. If we know all the details of the paper, we can add it through this form. And one of the interesting features of adding papers to the database is this called Find Papers in Archive. Let's go there and search for papers based on the title or a keyword. Let's, for example, find papers on machine learning. 10 results based on relevance. Okay, let's give it a search. Yeah, the table here displays the results of papers based on our keyword that are in the archive database. And if we like any of the papers here to be in our database, remember that we are not saving the actual PDF document that lives in archive website for copyright reasons. We will only summarize the paper, only the important bits in the paper, and store it in our database as a customized view. Let's do that as an example for one of these papers. Let's say, for example, the last one, quantum learning machine. Let's save it. Yep, the paper has been saved to our database. Another important feature of paper and also for people and the domains here is the search bar feature, which searches these elements by, for example, authors by first name or last name, papers by titles and keywords, and so on. Let us find a paper by a title, a word in a title. Let's say, for example, there's a paper with the word comparison in the title. It's a paper. If we make it a search, there's only one paper with comparison in the title. So it displays the paper, and we can decide to do whatever with the paper. Take notes or read notes, edit, delete, go to the source to see the PDF document. I'm going to show you here the notes, which brings the paper from its online archive side to side with the notes editor. I have already taken some notes on this paper, so these are my notes on the paper. And we can do this with any paper. It has to be remembered, some of the papers are not accessible, like the ones from archive, so they will not be visible side to side here. But most of the papers we have in our database, and they come from archive, and so are visible side to side for note-taking purposes. Thank you very much.